Hey, everybody! See how this one goes. Yeah, looks like they're both. Looks like Luffy's going heavy on the magic. I think if black magic isn't very good, you could see Zoe or Vivi taking a nap rather quickly. And I don't think M Fly the thief there is long for this world leader, unless you get like a katana +5 or something. So we can't hear Demon yet. Well, welcome to RPG Limit Break. And another round of our pod flags for the Chaos Comedy Tour for Final Fantasy Randomizer. Roll. I can handle this myself if need be. Not a big deal. Just waiting on the runners to get going here. Looks like we got some divergence in parties like we talked about. So let me see if I can check out what the blursts were here.
Let's try now, huh? Give a minute for chat to confirm or deny if they can hear me now.
On away here we go. So we're going to get our first check at magics. We have Ice 3, Lock 2, so that's not a bad start for a black mage, to be quite honest. And level 1 white, we had Invis, Ruse, Harm 2, and Wall. Yeah, I don't have no game audio either, but I got mine muted. Ooh, Caps +2, Silvers +3, but they're kind of expensive at the moment. Scimitar +3. Some good weapon choices here for the fighters right off the bat. And now we're going to get a look at the item shop, and yeah, housing market's pretty cheap. $48 tents, so looks like we're going to get Luffy's out, giving us our first look at Topher. Here we have some imps. Are they going to have anything special? Well, we don't know, because they're going to get freeze-dried. Luffy reaches level 2.
Let's try this again.
Alright, Luffy's the first one in. He's going to check out these boxes here. Not before hitting a gray imp and the werewolf. Alright, let's see what we're going to have here. Box and an opal helmet +2. That'll be good for Luffy to sell because he doesn't have a fighter. So he's not going to be able to wear that helmet anyway. So he's going to get some good cash off the start.
I'm going to keep chiming in, see if people can't hear me. If you can, chat, let me know. If I don't say anything, I'll assume you can't hear me.
Looks like Garland's pretty resistant to that Ice 3 spell, or was, until his cape, his flake came and just burned up. Alright, we're going to get a ship, so we can sail right away. And some TNT. So are we going to blow up a ship today? What do you think?
Alright, chat can hear me. That's awesome. So yeah, we got that opal +2. That's a lot of money, possibly early. Okay, 3 grand. Tents early, that's great. Like you said, Ice 3, Wall was great. Lock 2 can be good.
Yeah, it was not a bad start, a ship and a TNT. That's a key check and a way to sail there. It's a lot quicker to get around by boat than by walking, that's for sure.
Yep, you so hit this up at a Provoca, get your biggie item, hit the TNT, go to Crescent Lake, you get a bunch of early key items out of the way, nice and early.
Looks like level 2 white, we had Harm, Heal 3, Cure 4 was there, so that's good. And in black, we got Quad X and Saber. Saber could come in handy for that red mage if that fighter goes down at a pivotal point in the battle.
Yeah, if you have a Mazar, Vorpal, something, you can pivot real easy, especially with Cure 4 and Heal 3.
Alright, we're going to get a look at some pirates. Well, They're not going to last too long on screen, so don't get too comfortable, folks. But they're putting their swings in.
One ice 3. We'll take these down and we'll figure out what we got.
Yeah, we're going to get some good experience and some money here. About at level 4, so levels are even. We're pretty much even right now. And a canal, so now everything is open. You got your canoe, you got your boat, you got your canal. So there's no place you can't go, except for Sky, because you don't got a giant.
Yeah, that's one thing with these flags. You have the free canoe on. As soon as you have your ship and your canal, almost the entire game is open, especially since we have Northern Docks on. So now, yep, the world is their oyster. They have plenty of places they can deviate now. It turns the game a lot less linear now.
Yeah, but now you got to decide what you want to do. Do you want to turn in that TNT, maybe check a couple of boxes at the dwarf, or do you want to see what Elfland has first? Maybe hit swamp or marsh and then curve your way up walking. Or Rubes, I think, might be heading for Crescent Lake, too, to check the key item there, which
so
would
here's
not...
my play here. You go to your TNT check at dwarves. You actually sail around the outside, hit Elfland from the south, and then on to Crescent Lake. Leaves you more options. It is a bit of a pain if you get crystal or adamant. Anything of the inner sea checks, it's a bit of a pain, but it lets you move immediately to anywhere you want to go for ordeals or waterfall.
Ooh, Grimseth Quad X. That's always nice. I don't know if he gets a house and some bucks out of Matoya. Rubes a freaking...
Matoya check, I've been avoiding, but if you need money, it's good. Chain +2 for cheap. Gold +3 to come back for later once we have the money.
Yeah, so this is a pretty good armor shop right here. So he's going to be pretty well armored on that fighter right away. And I don't think he really cares about the thief a whole pile, so we'll have to see what goes from there.
Yep, looks like we got Luffy going to go ahead and churn in that TNT. Real quick, and one more check with chat. I did click a button. Can you guys still hear me?
Oh boy, level 6, fast and nuke. That gets fast and hot in a quick rush. Rubes gets the ruby from the sages, which is pretty good. Oh, and there's our chime. So now, well, no, we still need the oxy ale before the whole world's open.
Yep, and we saw a ruby there. That's another check. We have Sarda that we can walk to. And
yeah,
Rubes finding those peas. He's looking for better than a 1-pack, though.
Yeah, if he's got peas on the power cycle, that could be a quick grind for some money.
This is too long. This is too long. Oh, okay. I thought he did I guess he did not do a hard reset. Let's see what this walk is. That's okay. I guess he's fishing for possibly giants.
I think he was fishing to lose that black belt. That thief.
Possibly, yeah. Level 3 warp. That is a pretty solid place. Had Zap along with it in black. White magic has life.
Well, you got life in tier 4 pretty decently early, so that's not bad for the red mage. That'll be good for your fighter too once he gets promoted. At least on Root's side, anyway.
Yeah, magic's landed pretty good. Ice 3, warp at a nice low level, life at a nice low level. I think I saw ruse, wall, lock 2. Magic-wise, they're doing really good.
Yeah, just missing fast and temper. We know nuke and fast were level 6, so we're just missing temper at the moment. If temper lands here at level 4, which it didn't, so temper's going to be 5, 7, or 8, so that's not too bad. I mean, if you get the power bonk, you don't... Oh, life 2.
Life 2, level 4, yep. And level 6 is a pretty reasonable place for fast to land. You'll have enough charges to get... You know, if you can get 3 charges, Kraken, Tia 2, and then Chaos, that's enough. So 6 is not a terrible place for that to land.
Yeah, 3 charges will be enough for Luffy, because he's got the black belt. But Rubes is going to need He's going to need 5 charges, 1 for each fiend plus chaos, unless he gets a massive plus 5.
Yeah, we haven't seen any viable endgame weapons yet. The black belt's too low to be a viable weapon yet, and nothing to put in that fighter's hands really.
Looks like Luffy's going to give us our first look here at no, maybe not. He's heading south.
Yeah, I get it. You don't have any money at this point, so what can you do? I mean, you can get information, but you could easily get that information once you have the airship and just get it faster. So he's just going straight to Crescent Lake. He's going to get the ruby news and have to turn tail and turn around and turn that in.
Yeah, it's not a very far go. He'll get the ruby, and then you'll just have to sail back towards Melmond anyway, so.
And our runners kind of trading places. Rubes took the Inner Sea. Oh, Blaze Peds. That's why we didn't try to get any experience off those. That's why. Got it.
I mean, what Rubes could do here is check Marsh, too, if he wants, while he's in this area. Because there's a good chance Marsh might land the Crown or the Herb or something in the general area in the Inner Sea. If you want to take a chance on Marsh, I think now's the time. Because you got Warp, so you can get out easy enough.
I don't know that he has enough charges to get all the way out, but yeah, you can at least get part of the way out. We did see Pro Rings +1 land in Elfland for about 20,000. So we have uprolled Pro Rings, uprolled gold bracelets as well. We got really good magic. So far, this is looking really good.
Yeah, if Rubes finds an endgame sword and the tail rather early, I think he's going to be in good shape.
I think, okay, yeah, Rubes looks like he is making the Marsh gamble. Which I get in terms of proximity routing. He is level 5. That's really low. I don't even know if he's going to have maybe a hit of warp. So that's going to be kind of hard to get out. I like using that ruby first. Maybe just taking some encounters and going in at level 8, level 9. And being able to get out of Marsh faster.
Well, I really only like the Marsh play if you're missing the ship or the canal. Because if you're missing the ship or the canal, you know it's probably going to be in here. What's in here now is probably going to be something, there's a good chance it's going to be something you're not going to need for a while. I mean, if it's the floater, well, hey, Rubes is in good shape, but anything else, he's pretty much just going to leave for now.
Yeah, with the way the key items landed, the only thing we can't do is the slab turn-in or the bottle turn-in right now. So, who knows what landed in Marsh? It could be almost anything at this point.
Rubes just picking up some bucks here. He's gonna... Looks like Luffy's heading for ice. This is a rather cheeky play at this level.
Yeah, I think I saw him pick up a couple of houses. I could see... Oh, wow. So about 30 grand and a ribbon +4 in Marsh. Even if it doesn't pay out in progression, a ribbon by itself is great, but ribbon +4, plus that huge amount of spending money early is fantastic.
Yeah, and he's got enough charges of warp to get out of here between his red mage and his black mage. So we should be okay once he finds the key item.
Yeah, and so let's talk about the flags here a little bit. Marsh is incentivized. Normally that means you go down to the chest, 2 over, 3 down, has little statues, looks real pretty, you know it's an important chest. We have a new flag we're using for the spring tournament where it incentivizes the entire dungeon, not an individual chest. That's why these guys are checking every chest in a dungeon. They don't know where that item is. And we did see a katana -1 pick up, so that thief's looking a little sad. And we found a completely safe eye grind?
I wouldn't say completely safe right now, but Luffy's definitely going to put this in the back pocket.
Well, here's the thing. Black belts rolled fighter weapons, so they can roll around with a sword until they have enough punches. They have Ice 3, they have Quad X, they have enough to get this black belt online right now.
Yeah, see, here's the difference between black belts and fighters.
The only question you have is it's still pretty early. We're 12 minutes in, we don't have our floater yet. We don't have that many key items. We do not have a really huge multiplier on experience. I don't think it's smart to grind all the way now. I think you take some explorer levels, you go some other places, and you come back with another 5 or 6 key items in your pocket. But you know what? If he can get this off the ground now, like you saw, he already moved that black belt down, and he's blowing his magic. Maybe he just rides this right now.
Yeah, the black belt's going to have to be at least closer to 20 before he can go on his own. But I wouldn't blame Luffy for riding this out right now, because once his grind is done, he's basically just check key items and go. There's not really much to stop you at that point.
Yeah, at bare minimum, you use all your ice and your quad X's, and you can warp out real easy. But he's already at 13. The eye had between about 120 and 200. I think I saw a fresh 200 damage ice 3 take it down. So I'm trying to see. Yeah, right there was 200 ice 3 that took it down. And the red mages added juice. 112.
And meanwhile, Rubes did get the crown down in Marsh, so we're probably going to get a look at the kindly old king in a minute.
Yep, and so we're still not sure. That Biambo paid off for the ribbon, which is even better for him with a fighter. We'll see. I didn't get to see in the text box what he got.
He got a crystal, so Astos did have Matoya's eye.
Okay, well, my plan for going around the outside would have been bad, because now we gotta go turn that crystal in. And at this point, Rubes is praying that this is progression, because this is a lot of time he's put off the table, going into Marsh, doing the king, going to crystal, just to get a bunk that you might not need. So he's hoping to see something come from this Marsh play.
Yeah, like if Luffy's going to do this grind, this is going to take him at least 10 minutes, 15 minutes, so. He's out of charges, he's out of warp.
So one thing that Luffy's trap tile is telling us, though, one of the other flags that we have on Tri-State this year is trap tiles and whether or not they are shuffled or whether they're randomized. This says that they're shuffled. This is the eye encounter from Ice, so we're not going to see any of those juicy 3 eyes or the 2 shark, 2 eye tiles. This eye tile is about as good as you're going to get, and he found it nice and early, and he's definitely taken advantage of it.
So Rubes did get the tail, which is good for him. So the fetch quest is going to be worth it, because he's going to have to class change if he wants to get anything done with that fighter. So the tail was a good find.
Yeah, short of Mazza rolling pretty good, or, you know, like the flame, ice, sun, swords all rolled up will get him good. He's got fast. But yeah, like we already have that opal helmet, which would be great if we don't find another ribbon. Having that, the life spell would be great. So yeah, tail is definitely a good pickup. And again, more experience. We do have progressive experience on with more key items.
Yeah, see, that's the problem with Luffy's grind here. Like, he's not getting the full benefit of the experience.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks like he might have kind of was doing what I was saying earlier of just using all of his spell charges. Get now. Oh, but he turns right around. Oh, nope. Okay. He is committed to it right now.
Yeah, he's going to commit to this. Kill off these mages, and I don't think the black belt is specifically ready yet, so we're going to get to see a few more rounds out of DI. So if DI has anything dangerous, because Luffy's going to take probably 3 rounds to take it down.
Yeah, this might have been a bit early. 50 damage for a swing, and okay, for 11. That black belt's going to hit 21 real quick, and that's going to turn this into a 1 round, 1 kill pretty quick. It might have been a little premature to start killing people off, but I don't know that he has any houses. So it may not have been, he may not have had an option, but to get this off the ground now.
Plus, you kind of want your mages to get a few levels as well.
Now, one thing I was talking about earlier with one of the flags we have, instead of an incentivized chest, it's an incentivized dungeon. One thing that does, and it's specific to what we saw on Rube's side, he got the chime. Normally when you incentivize Sky, it is the chest beyond the cube block. So you know you can't go there until you have the cube. That's not how this is. The entire dungeon is incentivized. There's about a 40% chance the key item that landed in Sky, he can get right now. It could be either on the first or second floor of Sky. That's a potential gamble. Depending on if you go that way and you want to clear Mirage, Ordeals, and Waterfall, it's something you could do. I don't know that he would do it right now because he needs levels. He needs to get around a little more. But that is a gamble you can see happen in some of these races. If you get an early chime, you could see someone making a cheeky little play into Mirage without a cube to see that could be the floater. That could be where it's hiding, and you could be digging everywhere else but that lower Mirage for your floater.
So Luffy's going to commit to this now. So this is his 32 go or higher. But it's going to take him a while. It's low experience.
Yeah, 4,000 a pop, and he's not one rounding it quite yet. Yeah, 4 hits, 92, but he should be hitting. Yeah, right there is 21. We'll see. That should be a pretty significant increase. He should be one rounding this. Okay, 154 takes it down. So this just got about 50% faster if he can consistently one round this.
Yeah, he hit 21, 22 now. He's going to be one rounding it.
So the question is, yes, 42 black belt will steamroll Temple of Fiends, but you're going to be sitting here for a while, and Rubes is all over the place now. Rubes has done his Ruby check. Rubes is going Ordeals, so he's starting to make his Northern Continent plays. We'll have to see if Rubes can get out, especially if he can get an early floater and get a exploration advantage. We'll have to see what's going to pay off, getting the levels early or the exploration done early.
Yeah, I think once he gets the black belt online, he's just going to steamroll everything. So unless Rubes finds a good sword and doesn't need the class change, once Luffy's done his grind, I think he's going to have a big advantage. He's going to make up the ground so quick.
Yeah, that's the thing with these flags. Gear is randomized anywhere from -5 to +5. We already saw -1 katana, so we know that thief is not going to be great. Any other sword that the ninja could use, the knight could use better. So we're going to be hunting for a sword for that fighter.
Plus, with the black belt online, I mean, Topher's basically brainless. Can you cast fast and hold A? Yay, you win. That's like,
well, it depends. Where's the chat? Again, it depends on how high Luffy wants to take this. At 42, yes. Under 42, you don't have that magic defense, and you're still going to be susceptible to insta-kills and some other stuff. So if he wants to ride this to 42, he'll be safe. 30, if he wants to cut some time and taking it at 32 instead, which is 2 less hits and a lot less magic defense, it's not as free.
Yeah, it's still free. It might be a 5 and 256 instead of a 3 and 256 to hit him. So,
yeah,
I mean...
Yeah, Luffy's been here for about 7 or 8 minutes now. Rubes going through Ordeals, has all those warp charges. Should be nice and easy, get through these pillars. Kind of surprised this Zombo fight is pretty good in experience. I don't know if maybe he didn't have like a fire or a lightning. Maybe he only has that ice. I didn't quite see his magic list, but that's usually a pretty popular fight to take in this neck of the woods for levels.
Seems like he got through those pillars pretty good, though. I didn't see him use any charges of warp, really. So let's see what this has to offer. A white shirt, there it is.
So, yep. Ordeals, not necessary. Gives him a white shirt, -2. No white mages, but does cast Invisible 2. Not the best, but we're here, so let's clear it out. See if we get any other usable stuff. Power Staff. Looks like no. One last check. black shirt. Why not? Both shirts in the same place. And since
It
he
looks like-
will be likely promoting, that can go on his black mage. That provides some resistances along with gold for +3. We'll call it same-ish absorb as that gold.
No, Luffy's going past 32. I think he's taking this to 42. I think he's taking this to safe mode range. This is going to add at least another 5 to 6 minutes to his grind.
See, now, the smart thing for Luffy would be, don't go to 42 now. You have all the power you need to kill all 4 fiends now. Go to 37, 38. You have a lot of game ahead of you right now. You can take those quick fights along the way and get to 42 by Temple of Fiends, and that'll shave at least a few minutes off this grind and let him start getting moving, because while he's been sitting here still, Rubes has been moving. And the thing with fighter comps versus black belt comps, he's just, like Rubes right here, taking this double Soria. These fighters are taking this walking grind, while Luffy has been stationary.
Ain't gonna matter. The second he gets his grind done and he starts going, he's gonna catch up to Rubes, don't sweat. Because Rubes is gonna have to fast, temper, get buffs up to kill fiends. Luffy's just gonna walk in and punch.
Yeah,
so he's gonna be making
unfortunate for Rubes that ordeals did not pay off. That's time that, depending on how Luffy routes his stuff, that Rubes may have given up. I don't think, we haven't found the shop item. Rubes is going to go ahead, save right here, go check the caravan, see if it landed vanilla. We make it off just one encounter. Nope, houses and heals. But you know what? I'm low on heals, I may as well.
Yeah, you got the cash. Might as well pick up a few houses while you're at it.
And if you're looking for the shop item, I don't know. I guess heals weren't the big thing. I don't know if I would have bought houses, but...
Well, he's going to hit the waterfall, so there's 6 chests in there.
Yeah,
You're bound to get the money to sell.
That's true. If the item happened to land in on-rack, we're probably going to go to waterfall anyway. Grab some chests and some fights along the way.
Plus, yeah, you got to come back here anyway when you get the Oxy Ale, so you're going to be passing by this place as it is. No, it looks like the vendor item probably landed in Gaia, I guess. No, wait, the vendor item was in the first place, wasn't it?
Oh, that's right, it was. It was super cheap, wasn't it? I think I recall it being one... you know what? I can't remember if that's the one I watched earlier. Let's find out. Because our wonderful trackers...
No, I'm wrong.
Okay, yeah.
We didn't see the top item yet.
No, yeah, Canuck, that was the race that you and me were watching earlier. Is when it landed in Corneria.
Yeah, that's the bad part about watching races and then trying to call when you're like...
Yeah, I know, right? And this is exactly why you never practice the same day you race, because you're going to mix up the one you raced and the one you practiced.
So yeah, Luffy's definitely taking this to 42, and this is pretty much going to give him a free Topher.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm curious to see if he's... I mean, he should be fine. Go out and just save, and you just turn around and just take Carrie out now. There's no reason. Everything's going to run from you, and you're going to punch her to death. You may as well, and then go get everybody up.
Well, yeah, exactly. You why leave? You can go down and punch Carrie. So basically, right now, Topher is free for Luffy, but it's not going to be free for Rubes no matter what. So
yeah, Rubes hasn't found the weapon yet. He has to keep checking chests. Rubes does have a ribbon on him, but he doesn't have that weapon.
Well, I'm keeping track this tournament, and right now, black belts are 7-0 against fighters.
And there we go. Luffy, he sees that magic number 42. Anyone out there that doesn't know, black belts get additional hits as they level up. 42 is when they get their 9th and 10th hit. That's why he stopped at 42. He's going to go out, going to drop all of his... Never feels good to do this. He only has 9 heals. He's going to burn every single one of his 10s? Yep.
He might as well.
Every single 10.
He's not going to have to heal once he hits Carrie. He might only take 200 damage from trap tiles on the way down, if that. He's going to one-punch Carrie, so it doesn't matter.
Alright, so on Rube's side, the robot gives us the herb. So we don't know yet about that. Now we'll have to see what Rubes does. That herb is pretty quick. You just sail straight north from where you're at, and you're pretty much at Elfland. We're still looking for the floater, and the shop item has to be Gaia. We already have the ruby. We already have the tail, so we know that the shop item has to be required.
And we know it can't be the floater because it can't be floater locked.
Right. So whatever landed in Gaia is a required item.
And we haven't seen
Oxyol or it has to be Cube at this point, I think.
Haven't seen Sky, and we haven't seen C. So that's where
we can't get into C yet. I don't think we've seen another ribbon. Okay, Luffy got a ribbon. That is huge. So now his black belt, by virtue of being 42, has the native magic defense to resist everything, and he can slap that ribbon on his red mage, and red mage has life. And can just get everybody up after a fight.
Here's what Luffy does now. Revive that red mage, leave your 2 black mages dead, get fast, have life 2, win. That's all there is to it.
Fast landed, if it's...
Fast was 6.
Okay. Alright, her turn in is the floater, so we gotta go to Waterfall first.
So Luffy's gonna have a long go to get to the floater, but I mean, he's gonna make these checks that Rubes made faster. And he's already got a Fiend dungeon down. Rubes hasn't even touched one yet.
Alright, so yeah, so we're going to see Rubes go ahead, get his floater. He doesn't have bottle. I don't think he has bottle or slab yet, so there's not any checks he can do. He's already done Sarda with... or has he done Sarda via... I think he has done Sarda via Ruby, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he walked the Sarda with the Ruby.
Yeah, okay, I thought so.
Well, he's probably going to check Gaia and find the shop item, because we know it's there. It's the last shop no one checked yet.
Yeah, by process of elimination, we know it's there and we know it's required. Because like I said, the ruby is already out of the pool, the tail is out of the pool. Everything else is required. So we know whatever's in Gaia we need. I don't mind this. Did a quick save. Going to see if we can get some money or some gear out of these Cardia Islands. A little bit of money.
Well, this is the check fighter you have to make. You're here to class change anyway. There's a bunch of boxes. You might as well check them while you're here and hope you pick up a weapon.
Yeah. He has done the march and the tail. So yeah, so you're here. You may as well. Bro, ring in silver, not great, but not bad. Slash chest rune -3. Not what you want to see.
Plus, with the grind, Luffy's got all the money he needs for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Luffy is set. I saw him get. So his black mages are up and did get fast. Charter was okay. 813. Thank you for tracking and keeping me straight. We already got the rod from Sarda.
So even though Rubes has all this progression done ahead of Luffy, I guarantee you Luffy will hit Topher about 10 minutes first. That's my prediction.
Alright, we see Luffy doing the proximity check and ice with warp. Even though that it's not the vanilla incentive chest, the warp trick still saves you a trip around. So he's going to be able to drop down, come back up, hit those 3 chests, and then clear the dungeon in one go.
Yeah, well, see, Luffy right now is at the point he's got his ribbon, he knows where Gold Cheerio is, he knows where the Pro Rings are. He does not have to open another box.
Right.
Get your key item and leave. Go to the next dungeon, get your key item, and leave.
Right, he just has to he has to check until he gets the item out of it.
Yeah, that's it. Other than that, he's not worried about Topher right now. He knows he's going to steamroll Topher at 42. He'll be 50 by the time he gets to Topher at this rate, I think. But.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going to say earlier about taking the grind all the way to 42. If you don't find your grind until late, fair enough. You have so much game ahead of you that going to 42 now was a bit wasteful. You don't need 42 for Ice Cave and for all the stuff he's about to do. You would have got that just through natural quick fights, the boss fights, that kind of stuff along the way. So that's something you could have done to maybe shave a little bit of time off that grind, especially since it was a vanilla eye tile. You didn't have the 3-eye grind or the really juicy stuff where you see 10,000 plus in a fight.
If I was Luffy, I wouldn't have brought everybody back.
There you
Don't.
go.
Oh, look at
First
that.
chest gets his adamant. We'll have to see if that's important.
He's gonna warp right out of here. He's not
Yep.
staying. No need for him to check anything else, right? Even when Rubes finds that, Rubes still has to check chests because he needs a sword.
Well, now this adamant, two things. We still have one item out, the power bonk that is incentivized, that is not required. The adamant could be that. And Luffy's doing all of this without the airship. And we see Rubes right behind him with the airship, able to come in, get out. He's going to do the same. Well, he may dip down. We'll see. Yeah, okay, so he's going to dip down. He's still looking for a little bit of experience, looking for some gear.
Exactly.
Luffy's making all these checks. So Luffy's going to have to take his boat. Because he's at a point where I'm running out of stuff to do. This adamant could be my floater. So he's going to have to go turn this adamant in on foot, on water, whatever. The longer that Luffy stays away from Waterfall, the more it benefits Rubes. And I know that one thing, Luffy took a lot of lessons from Lord Fizzlebeef. Luffy is putting off, especially now that he's 42, he is putting off C until he has Oxyale. Because he wants to hit Waterfall straight into Sea Shrine. So he's going to stay away from Waterfall until last. That's my opinion. That's how I think Luffy's going to route this. And that's going to give Rubes an advantage. Where Rubes finds a potentially decent experience tile. Not as good as the eye, but it'll get you what you need.
All this is for naught when they hit Topher.
See,
if they hit Topher at the same time, Luffy's going to finish 5 minutes ahead of Rubes.
Oh yeah, Rubes definitely needs to be in Temple of Fiends before Luffy. Luffy's going to steamroll it faster.
Rubes got to be in Temple of Fiends 15 minutes before Luffy. At least. Unless he gets a massive +5.
Yeah, that's one thing. Rubes still is missing that sword. Is taking this fight. All right, so the chain continues. Luffy gets the bottle. We still don't know if that adamant from ice turned in anything.
Well, the adamant just turned into the bottle. He just turned it in.
Well, we don't know what the bottle turned into. So we don't know if because the power bonk is still out there. That could still be a whammy, though it's kind of a rub, since Rubes also had to do that same check. Level 5.
I think Luffy now is probably going to head to Earth, which would be the smart play. Get rid of that dungeon. He's got the rod. He doesn't need to check chests. Just get rid of it now, and then you got the bottom part of the world done. Then you can move to the
top. I agree. You're right there. It should be a nice, simple dungeon. You can clear it in one go. May as well just do it. But again, we see Luffy sadly walking to Earth Cave while Rubes is airborne.
Yeah, Rubes still has to go through. Rubes still has to go through Volcano and Earth, so that he's going to have to walk them too. So really, Luffy's walking the Sarda too, but Luffy's going to have the advantage in the dungeons. So I think even if Luffy goes north last, and then he picks up his floater, I still think he's going to complete the top before he gets the floater. He might only get the floater when he's ready to go to Topher. That would be the smart thing to do, because I don't think he should come all the way back for the floater, then go all the way back up. There's no need.
We don't know the floater, because the cube has to be Gaia. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's not going to be able to go in Temple of Fiends. He's going to have to go to that, to the waterfall at one point. So I think Process of Elimination says Oxyale has to be in Mirage.
Oxyale in Sky? No, it couldn't be in Sky. What haven't we seen yet? We haven't seen Sky. We haven't seen Sea. We haven't seen what the bottle turns into. I don't think we've come across the slab yet either.
Yeah. So Mirage is probably the slab that leads to Oxyale, and I would bet that C has this as the bonk. That's how I think the progression has to go at this point. And yeah, see now, Rubes gonna get the same grind now. Obviously, a knight doesn't get the same miles out of an eye grind as a black belt. But the level deficit's going to get turned down, and the thing with a knight, You don't need to go to 42. You go to, in this scenario, probably 25 on this side, and you can make it through Temple of Fiends as long as you find a reasonable sword.
That's oddly lacking in experience, though, for the amount of key items he has more than Rubes, to be quite honest. He's only getting like 5. He's only getting a couple of, maybe 1,000 more.
So he has two up, and he's getting about 3,000. I think Luffy was getting around 4,500 with 1 up. So we got 1,500 difference if Rubes were to put down the Red Mage. He probably wants enough on that Red Mage to be able to eat a nuke or something and stay upright to get everybody else alive.
Well, if he checks the armor, he's going to come out of this with a ribbon, I believe. Because Rubes is going to need a ribbon or a wall spell.
Rubes has 1 ribbon already that he pulled out of Marsh. If he continues to check here, I don't think it was Armory. It was Agama Floor, I think, had a ribbon. It might have been the Agama chest. It was somewhere on that floor there was another ribbon. And Rubes will be golden too, because he'll have a ribbon for the knight and a ribbon for the Red Mage. And you can use the knight to get everybody up after every fight.
Yeah, so Luffy's just plowing through Earth here, which is what we expected, so... I think after he's done here, he's definitely got to go to Waterfall. Where else does he have? He really doesn't have... He's got Waterfall and Ordeals. He might hit Ordeals first, or he might hit Waterfall first. It's hard to say.
Well, the thing is, he has the Chime. And like I said, there's a 40% chance that the key item can land on the first 2 floors.
Yeah, but you're not going to risk that.
Like I said, Luffy may say, I'm going to put off Waterfall until I have that Oxyale. So
that'd be pretty dope. If the cube did end up in there, that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah, I suppose that is a potential, is that the cube is sitting on floor 1 or 2 of Mirage. So it could be a different key item. Well, good.
And there goes the purple. There goes the purple carpet at the 40-minute mark. So Luffy's got 2 orbs lit. Now it's going to be interesting. Is he going to fade Marsh for a while? Is he going to head north, or is he? Because I don't think he's been to Marsh yet.
He hasn't, and he doesn't need to, because that led to Tail.
Yeah, he doesn't need to Tail, but he doesn't know that, basically.
Right. And see, and that's another thing that Luffy could do. Again, he wants I guarantee he wants Oxyale. And he knows Marsh is incentivized. He knows he's right here, and that's exactly what he's doing. He parks his boat. He's going to go into Marsh, and this is more time that Luffy is spending, that Rubes is starting to catch up. Got some experience. I'm just trying to see the level. He's at 500-something hit points on the knight. Not too bad.
24, 25 with the knight, so he's pretty much ready to go.
I think Rubes is a good weapon away from being able to complete Temple of Feats. He is going to need a lot more time to do it than Luffy. But with a good weapon at this point, and that knight, you can get it done.
We haven't seen Temper yet, have we?
I'm not sure. Let's take a look.
Because if Luffy doesn't have Temper, he might want the bonk if he can't find Temper. But with the black belt, usually a fast is enough to get it done.
Yeah, no Temper yet. Lock and Temper obviously are good. With the scaling that we have right now, and there's Luffy's extra ribbon. Well, you know what? Why not one more? The scaling isn't crazy, so Temper is nice, but not by any means required unless like Chaos, Tia, or Kraken really roll up.
Yeah, but
it's definitely nice to have.
These flags, you can get through with as 26 Knight and 27 Knight.
Yeah, and that's where Rubes, where he's at, is probably going to land, assuming he doesn't, take anything crazy.
Yeah, Luffy might even class change now to get better spells for his mages, right?
Right, he could. You maintain that magic defense that you got as a black belt. It doesn't retroactively take it away once you class change. So he could easily class change now. But again, like you have your 42 black belt, you have your fast at 6. I can't think of a spell that I would want that would justify the time, but maybe.
Well, really, Luffy's not worried about finding temper. He's got his fast, he's got his black belt. So now he's got his crown. I like the way he searched that bottom floor. So now he's going to come across his tail, and then he's going to have to go up to the waterfall. Because he's literally got nothing else but waterfall and mirage.
Alright, Rube's going deeper. Now,
He's
he's going to be checking some chests. He still doesn't have a great weapon. I think he's rocking like a light axe minus something.
Yeah, I think a light axe -1 or something. So.
Yeah, it's not good. I'm
Plus,
sure
Luffy's
he's hoping for something along the way. Luffy checked a couple of these free chests, but not a lot. So we'll see if we see anything. Rubes is opting out of some of these checks. There's another ribbon that he's going to go ahead and grab
Along the way.
Having a hard time trying to figure out what to throw away to get that ribbon. He does have quite a bit of good stuff there.
The opal helmet can go probably.
Oh yeah, alright, my goal. Okay. Get away. Aegis shield, alright.
Opal +4, Aegis shield rolling even. That's going to be good.
Well, at that point, with a ribbon, you just keep the opal, I think, at that point. I believe it would have more absorb, so there's actually no reason for the Aegis. But Keith takes it anyway.
And Luffy's got to be wondering when this fetch quest is going to end by now.
He's about to find out, and he's probably going to be sad, but that's okay.
I wouldn't know if he wouldn't reset out of this. Because he's closer to C if he'd reset out of the tail.
Yeah, I didn't see when he dropped his last 10. That might not have been a bad idea to save right around the castle itself. And if this turns up being something bad, you could reset all the way back. But yep, now he has to walk all the way back. 42 or not, you still get the encounters, you still have to run from the encounters.
Well, Life 2 was level 4 first slot, so we can learn it on the Red Mage. So at least you'll have Life 2.
Right, he's gonna pick up. Pulling his first Fiend, throws a nuke out, 392 near a max roll, swing with a Knight, 57 damage, that's kind of sad. 5
with the light at.
He's got the white shirt, he's got nuke, he's got invisible 2. Even if the Knight's kind of tickling Carry down, unless, there we go, takes his fire orb down, takes down Carry.
Okay, so now Luffy's got to head north. He's got to head to the northern part. He's gonna pull up on that. He's got to go to Waterfall now. He might go to Waterfall because he's still missing the vendor item, and there is their 2 checks there. So he might hope the vendor or the Oxy Ale, then he can just clear that whole side in one go.
You'll have to see where he lands. You can kind of stay south from here, and you can either go right to Ordeals or left to the on-rack area. We'll have to see which way he peels off. Yep, and chat, going ahead, affirming what I thought, that the Aegis and the Opal were even on Absorb by default, just the Aegis has additional resistances, but with that ribbon, those resistances become kind of moot, so the Opal +4 bot is better than that Aegis shield.
Yeah, but you can equip both, so...
Alright. So Luffy making the Mirage, or I'm sorry, not the Mirage, the Ordeals play, which we know is going to make him sad, because he's going to pick up the white shirt. I mean, it's not bad. It's not what Luffy wants.
No, but...
Yep, and there was also Temper and Guy, so that's pretty high. It's not going to be super usable that high, and... Rube's having the cube...
Because we still need to loot in the key. We can't touch Temper.
We got the key. I don't know that we got the loot.
We haven't got the key yet. We're keying a loot short of go mode here. And an Oxy Ale.
Oh, I could have sworn I saw one of these guys got a key already. Oh, Maz -4. Okay, well, it's better than a Light Axe -2.
Yeah, I finished the seed today with a mass of -5. It was a little rough going through Topher's. So now, see, this is where Rubes is going to need more buff. So he's going to need the Temper. He's going to want that bomb down.
Well, we'll see if he finds it, because we're not sure what landed here in Mirage. Yeah, he's checking some more chests. 4 hits for 300. Alright, so it's definitely doing better than the that light X was. That's for sure.
Well, we know the vendor item was the cube. We have the bottle. So this is going to turn into... This is going to be our key or our Oxy Ale. And if it's our key, we know our Oxy Ale is down at Corneria Castle, and we know that our loot is in C. I think that's how this is going to play out.
Trying to think where they would put Bonk. Because
Bonk would be your...
I feel like I'm missing something somewhere.
Well, Bonk would have to be your slab turn-in, or your bottle turn-in.
Okay, yeah, so it's slabber. Okay, so there's a coin flip going to be here with that slab.
I don't know if Luffy checked the bottle yet.
Luffy couldn't have, because he's not in the area yet. I'm not sure. I don't
from the
think
look
so.
thing,
He
we have
was
the
in Gaia, so he should have.
Bottle was slab. Okay, so slab is going to turn into your Bonk. Sky is probably going to have your key. Corneria is going to get your Oxy Ale, and C is going to get your loot, and then you go.
Yep, there you go. Alright, Luffy's getting there. He's close to his floater.
Once Luffy gets the floater, he is just going to skim around. That's all he's got to do. Like, Rubes has got to check all these boxes here. I don't know if Rubes really has... Well, he does for the key item, I guess, but... This is where I missed it earlier.
Yeah, Rubes definitely looking to pick up Excalibur or Vorpal. Even like a Sun really high rolled might end up being better than Mazza, because you are losing crit rate as well, which I feel... I'm not a Vorpal fan, but crit rate is important. When Mazza rolls that low, you really feel the loss of that critical rate. So, seeing one of the pre-promotion swords really rolled up might actually end up being better.
The Mazda -4 or 5 is still better than 90% of the swords at +2 or 3, or 95%. Only if he finds like an Excal +4 or a Vorpal +5 would I think about using that over the Mazda at this point. But we know the Vorpal was -3, wasn't it?
Oh, I wasn't sure about the Vorpal or not. I don't recall seeing that. We could have that.
Vorpal somewhere. I can't remember where though. Unless that was that other seed again.
I know we saw the Katana -1. I don't remember seeing if we've seen a Vorpal yet. Also, other thing with Rubes checking these additional boxes in Sky, it's pretty okay. Right now, with the Mazza rolling so low, you have to feel a little underpowered.
Well, he's still going to find a item in here, so he's got to check the box. He doesn't have a choice.
Right. But I'm just saying that even if he gets his key item, this is good experience. You may as well, if you're not feeling super good about your levels and your damage output, here's a good place to kind of peter around, grab a couple extra chests, hope for the extra sword, get a couple extra levels, and maybe come out of here a bit stronger than you are.
Yeah, Luffy's not even checking the chest. He's just leaving. He's got the herb. I like that play. No sense checking those 6 chests. There's probably nothing in there that can help him. He's got 2 ribbons, so his 2 mages are protected. So right now, Luffy's on an airship.
There's nothing you could give Luffy other than maybe the defense that would drastically change what he would do.
I don't even know if that would drastically change anything. I think Luffy's path is pretty clear here. Turn in this herb, get his airship, go through Sky, go through Sea, go through Topher. So
you see here, Rubes taking a couple of these encounters as he goes, trying to just beef up a little bit. So yeah, 4 hits, 435. Yeah, Mazza even rolled down is going to put some work in.
Yeah, see, I don't even know once Luffy gets the airship, I don't know if he's not going to check the slab. I don't even know if he'll check the bottle. He might just go straight to Sky and get it over with. Like, go to Gaia. Well, you'll probably check the bottle in Gaia, grab the key item, then he's not even going to check the slab, because he's not going to come all the way back to Melmond and then go all the way back down to Lufane.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, in Gaia, especially since you know the shop item is there now by process of elimination, you may as well check the bottle, because you're not in go mode yet. So he'll definitely check the bottle. He'll get the slab, he may not do anything with it.
The slab can't... Well, I suppose the slab could turn into the loot.
I mean, slab could be the key
It can't. Yeah, no, it can't. The slab has to be that bonk right now, I do believe.
There we go. Okay. Now
Plus,
we're cooking with a little more gas.
that'll be good for your red mage at this point. And if he has Temple of Fiend, then I can see...
-4 to +3, once you get to Kraken, that Vorpal, I think, would be better than Mazza. A rolled up Vorpal versus a rolled down Mazza.
Yep. Oh, there's the key. Okay, so the Oxy Ale must be in Canaria. Or the Luke could be in Canaria, and I guess the Oxy Ale could be your slab turning, and then they have been through every single turning in the game.
Yeah, there's still a couple different ways this could shake out. Rubes, though...
I think at this point, the way it's going, because Rube still has to do 3 Fiends, I think they're going to hit Topher around the same time. Luffy might get there slightly quicker now because he's going to check less boxes.
Rubes, I think, I would imagine, is done checking boxes other than if...
yeah, Luffy's going right. He's not going to bother with that slab. He's going to pray he gets the key here, he gets the Oxy Ale in Canaria, and then he's good to go.
Yeah. So unless loot landed in C, they're not checking anything. I don't think either of them are checking any more boxes. Rubes has the Mazza rolled down, admittedly, but the Vorpal rolled up. So I think he's good. And 2 ribbons, plenty of other gear. I think he's geared out. I think they're both done checking boxes.
I wonder if they forced the War Mech. Did they force the War Mech, I wonder?
I don't believe they did anything because I was in the race room beforehand, and they're both like, this is our first race. I'm not sure we want to do anything too crazy, so I think they kept it pretty light on all the extras this time around.
Yeah, he's going to beef up here for Tiamat. He's going to have to. I don't think that Mass is going to do too much with just a fast.
Let me see if swing. I'm kind of surprised to see the ninja up.
Yeah, me too. That kind of shocks me at this point in time.
Yeah, at this point, I would want as much experience funneled onto that knight to potentially get some extra hits, and onto that red mage, give him a little more hit points, a little more magic defense to make sure he survives any of the stuff you can see in Temple of Fiends. Another swing. 8 hits for 200. Going to try cheeky quad X. Erase terminated. Alright, so Rubes evens up the orb count. Luffy's about to go ahead and go another orb up here shortly, but he has... the key was pretty high.
So basically right now, Luffy has a... it looks like Luffy is behind, but I'm pretty sure Luffy has a slight lead at this moment.
Yeah, because now we'll have to see. One thing that I saw Rubes do that, for constructive criticism, if you're watching this back's Rubes, is that star-shaped room in Sky. The general logic, especially with Warp, is you skip that floor entirely, go up to the next floor. There's a lot more chests. You can check them a lot faster. Hit that floor first, then warp back and do the Walk of Shame around that asterisk-shaped room to see if your key item is there. Now, admittedly, it would have bit him because the asterisk room did have the key this time, but mathematically speaking and time speaking, that's usually not the case.
I like to come down the left side and then warp and come down the right side and then go into the big boxes. Because I know every time I skip a chest, you just know it's going to be what you... because it happens every time.
Yeah, Luffy digging around doesn't want any of this, but looking for that key, knows he needs something out of this dungeon. Rube's going to go turn that key in.
This key would have to... it has to turn into the Oxy Ale. And then now, is your loot in C? Or is your loot sitting on the slab? Oh, there's your loot.
Alright, so slab is Oxy Ale and bonk is C.
Yeah, so that's good for Luffy. But I don't even know, once he realizes it's just the bonk, he may just skip C altogether. I don't know if Rubes is actually going to take the time to dig out the bonk.
In C, there's a very few amount of free chests. Like, 4 or 5, depending on how loosely you want to define the word free. There's no reason not to check those. Really, you're shaving seconds, and a bomb could really save you. But yeah, I don't think you spend a lot of time digging. They're here almost at the hour mark. Some of these seeds and practices have been done by now by some of the faster runners. You know that you don't have that much more time to mess around and dig out of safety.
The right way. So he's going to come across his key, and then he's just going to skip everything else. He's just going to beeline it straight for Tiamat.
And using that black belt for giggles, okay, I'm going to try to take this pack down, because I think he swung with the black belt and tried to run with everybody else, trying to teach the Medusas a lesson, I guess. Look at this, I got more hits than you.
I don't think he has a fire spell, so... Or I don't even know if I don't know if he spent the time to buy Nuke. I know he bought Fast. I didn't see if he bothered to pick up Nuke, though, in the time.
Yeah, I'll have to see. We'll likely see that, because it's on the second page. We'll try to keep an eye on the Tiamat fight. I'm sure he'll fast there, and we'll see if he picked that up or not. I'm kind of... Like, I guess it could be a calculated kind of risk of he's nuking some of this stuff down. It's either he's thinking it's just faster to kill it, or it could be that he's a little worried that he put those mages down too quickly.
Well, he probably wants a few more levels on his mages, I would think. Wouldn't be a bad idea, because one nuke's going to wipe them all out. I mean, with the black belt, and if you get the bonk, you have a chance. I'm not sure if... at this level, I think even if he loses his mages, I think his black belt can still carry him.
I mean, I was in a pickup practice for pods. One of the runners had 2 42 black belts and wiped on chaos. It is possible.
What would you ever want to go for? See, I think what Luffy would like to see now would be a War Mech.
Honestly, yeah, with a 42 black belt, you're like, I want a little more HP on that red mage. Yeah, go ahead, give me a War Mech. I'll punch the crap out of it. Yeah, mage is only low 20s. That red mage, low 300s, a decent roll nuke or nuclear, and your entire backline is gone. And again, one thing I was coming back to from earlier, a defense sword, when you're man-moding Temple of Fiends with a black belt like this, could save the entire run. He doesn't have that. He hasn't been checking as many boxes. If he gets backline, he can be in trouble still.
He didn't buy Nuke. He said nuts to Nuke.
I didn't see what slot it landed. It could have landed a promotion-only slot, and he's not bothering going back. He's not promoting. He's not going back and buying promotion-only spells. He's got the...
I don't think any 6 are locked. Are they for black?
I thought at least one was.
See, I don't know. I don't know the spell permissions very well. But Luffy's going to check this key, realize it's his loot, and then he's going to probably know he's going to turn the slab in. So he is right on Rube's tail right now. Like, they are pretty much neck and neck. Because once Luffy picks up this loot, or tambourine, I guess.
Okay, I guess maybe it was a money... No, he should have had money. I don't know why he didn't decide to pick up Nuke. He
really doesn't need it, right?
I mean,
so now the slab.
Once you fasted, you may as well. But I could also just see saying, the black belts are fast machines right now, and once they've done their job, they will.
All he's going to do is attack and fast with his 3 mages. Once the black belt gets a shot in, it's good. He's just got to hope for some semblance of turn order with the black belt. That's all.
Yeah, and chat, Heat13, our tracker, and Chanigan also, thank you, Chanigan, both of you guys, for doing the back-end stuff. Wondering if Rubes brought up that ninja as an extra target. That would have been good right before Temple of Fiends. Doing it this early feels really weird.
No, I think he brought it back because he plans on using it. He knows he's got the Massa -5 as his best, -4 as his best sword. So he probably wants a little extra punch. So he might do a 2-man strat going down Topher, like fast both the ninja and the fighter, just to make up that extra damage that the Massa rolled low on.
I understand that thought, but once you've you put too much time into the seed with the ninja down or the thief down, there's too much work to get him up and ready to be worth it. I think you at that point you need to put one of those two swords in your fighter's hands and let him do it. Get the ninja up with that red mage and low level life, and your job is to go ahead and take a punch from Kraken. That's your job, to make sure that my knight doesn't.
Sandwiches are even running away.
Sandwiches run away from everybody.
So basically, Luffy is about maybe a minute behind Rubes at this point.
Yeah, I'll take a gander at the time that Rubes lights the orb, and we'll see when Luffy lights the orb, and we'll see. I don't think there's any other homework. No, yeah. So Rubes can go straight from here. They both can go straight from here. So yeah, so we'll see what the difference is in lighting the orb, and that'll give us a pretty precise number as to how far ahead Rubes will be entering, give or take. And
well, I think if Luffy doesn't check boxes, I think with the time between the fight with Kraken, with Rubes and Luffy, I think Luffy could take the lead here after this dungeon.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty tight getting in the Temple of Fiends, that's for sure. Luffy's going to have an easier time, but, Temple of Fiends is always the great equalizer.
They're going to enter at the exact same time, I'd say. Or if not, maybe a minute apart from each other. Like, it's going to be a good little grind down Topher to see what happens here. Just the only thing is, Luffy's not going to have to spend as much time buffing, so he's got that extra cushion. But if he loses that black belt, he's going to have to reset, because he's not going to make it with his mages.
See, also, one thing I'm noticing, except one flag we have on, is everything's runnable. I did see Luffy just take a Sahag pack. He might be looking to kind of take a few fights here. I don't know that he feels super comfortable with where his mages are sitting.
He glitched the door.
Alright. So Rubes taking Kraken down. 7 hits, 401. Kraken won't be long for the world. Luffy will definitely get through it faster, but Rubes won't have any trouble here. Throws out a nuke. 338. Another swing. Move that Vorpal over. 7 hits, 470. Lights his orb. 105.50 we'll call it. And right as Luffy enters that floor. Poor Zoe not even getting brought up. Alrighty, Rubes, all 4 orbs. Unless he has a little bit of prep work to do, potion stones.
He might be looking for a spell or two, maybe. Nope, doesn't look like it.
Going in, he's got 96 heals, does a quick save, and enters at 106, we'll call it 106.30. So he's going to have a handful of minutes ahead of Luffy. As Luffy winds around here, keeps... Oh, says, okay. I'll take the XP Pinata real quick. I can stop for that.
It's all going to come down to the fiends.
Oh, see, I was just about to say, Luffy's taking some fights. That might come back to bite him. You have a 42 black belt. I think if you committed the time to a 42 black belt grind, that's your time. You can't be spending that much more taking stuff as you go. I saw Rubes, though, taking some fights, too. I wonder if he saw those dragons, wanted to try and take them. And Luffy just crushes it. So he's about 2 minutes behind lighting the orb. So we'll have to see if Luffy has any shopping to do ahead of time.
I can't see what he'd want, though.
Yeah, if he needed anything from the item shop, he probably would have checked there and picked it up. He didn't, though. Haven't seen his item list. Make sure he's topped up on heals, softs, and pures.
I think you're going to see him go straight in. I can't see him stopping to do anything right now.
Yeah,
So this is going to be... I think they might be on Chaos at the exact same time. And this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, Rube's taking a couple of fights on the way down. I think he's trying... I think he might be fishing for an extra fight or an extra hit on that ninja.
Okay, so Luffy entered the Temple of Fiends. We'll see how much time Luffy's going to make up on him here. If Rubes has a bad fiend fight or something, it could cause trouble.
Showing a little bit of respect to Lich. I'll go ahead and I'll go into my menu and make sure everybody's topped off. We got a fight, a wait. A zap comes out. Hits the ninja, that's all. We're good though. 4 hits, 473 from the red mage. Swing from the fighter, 3 for... a little evasive actually, it looks like. 4 hits, 130, that's enough. First fiend, Temple of Fiends down for Rubes. Luffy is not that far behind. One more floor, he'll be on the earth floor. Rubes, if this is an easy Temple of Fiends, Rubes is in good shape. If there's something rough, it's going to be a lot harder for him to get over that speed bump.
Yeah, and I mean, you have to... You gotta show Lich some respect, because he still can pull out a nuke on you. And right now a nuke is really gonna hurt Luffy at this point.
Yeah, with spells and skills shuffled, there's nothing saying that, yep, Lich couldn't turn up with a turn 1 nuke. So we get a 4 hits, 147, the 8 hits, 549, carry throws out a rub.
Luffy is through Lich, coming on to carry.
On the same floor, now we see Luffy, that 42 black belt, starting to make up that time. Rubes took a couple of rounds to get through that carry, and Luffy's probably going to skate through, but Rubes has a bit of a lead. We'll see if Luffy has enough with that 42 black belt to make up that about minute and a half difference.
Don't even need a fast black belt. You just ripping through V's like nobody's business.
Yeah, Luffy hot on Rubes'. They're on the... I don't know if they're on the same encounter. They both got 3 waters. I think Rubes is an encounter ahead.
I think this is where Luffy's going to catch up. Because I think Kraken
might be. We'll have to see how Kraken rolls. Kraken is... Carry can be dangerous. She can roll high on attack. Kraken is the first one that can be your real gatekeeper. So we got,
I mean, Luffy's up to minute and a half now. If he hits the Kraken
4 hits
now,
and 8, yeah, that's not good. That's not good for Rubes. He's going to have to get 9 hits, 577. Black Mage is down, but it did its job. It got that fast out. Swing with Biff, 7 hits, 261. Nuclear from Kraken. Everybody up right.
Luffy is in the Kraken fight now, so this is where I do believe Luffy is going to take the lead right here. Yeah, there you go.
Yep, Luffy just plows right through it. And Kraken following up that nuclear with a blizzard. Yeah, Rubes just taking so long to get through this. He had that lead.
Yeah.
Luffy getting that fast off. 18 hits, 1 rounds, Tia 2.
Yeah, see, look, Luffy's already on. Luffy made up that 2.5 minutes in Topher like that. And all because the swords rolled so low. I mean, it's just... And Kraken is being a complete butthole at this point.
There we go. We finally get the crits on the Vorpal that we needed to get through Kraken 2.
Alright,
Luffy. Pulling his
I think it's just going to Lock 2 and Temper Strats.
Oh,
Chaos.
Bane gets that top black mage. 6 hits, 514. Still doing alright. Didn't get the fast off, unfortunately. Did get the lock and the temper.
Yeah, he'll just
try again with that. Fast another lock 2. The fast gets off.
Alright, let's see. 1,000 damage.
25,
oh,
83.
GG's out. 2.5k.
Luffy making up that time. Coming in.
Oh, see, the black belt compared to the fighter. He made up so much time in Topher. It was amazing. This was a well-run race by boat runners. It was close the whole way.
Alright, yeah, Rubes coming in with an official SRL at racetime.gg, 1 hour, 12 minutes, 22 seconds.
What is Biff swinging?
Biff is the Vorpal. I believe the
is it?
Moon is on the Red Mage as a backup.
Oh, okay. Oh, Tiamat with Thunder. See, this is another thing that Rubes has to deal with. He's not one-rounding fiends, so he gets to see all the bad stuff that Luffy just automatically blows through, right?
Yeah, just wasn't able to make up enough time with that night early compared to the grind. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't, and this time didn't quite make it. Gets a Cure 4 out, 8 hits, 459 I think it was. Gets through his Tia 2. Life 2 on everybody, very convenient. Gets everybody up and moving.
So yeah, now Rubes is going to hit Chaos. It's going to take him slightly longer because neither player picked up the bonk because the bonk was in C and they just really go mode in C.
Alright, I'm gonna shoot Luffy a message if he wants to come in for an interview. And I'll see if I can pull Rubes in here. So let's call this fight first here. Gets us fast though. 6 hits, 341, not too bad.
Yeah, he's gonna trope his. He's gonna temper that fighter Vorpal. He should be fine here. I mean, unless Chaos really pulls out a bunch of nuclears and nukes in a row, I really can't see this being much of a problem with a tempered up fighter with the Vorpal. I can't believe I'm saying that.
There's the Bane, but it misses everybody good. Yeah, he's got Tempers, Locks, Fast, Invisible 2s, White Shirts. There's not a whole... And Cure 4s, Heal 3s. He's got almost anything you could want to get through this Chaos. Yeah, 8 hits, 622.
You won't see a Vorpal hit like a Mazda, though. That's the only problem. So he probably should have switched.
And you see there, even on that low-level ninja, able to dodge with all the visible stacks he got. 8 hits.
Yeah.
752. Just wait, fight, wait.
Yeah, this is over here, I believe. No,
one more. He's hit. Oh, there's a nuke. Chaos not going down without a fight.
All the red guys are still standing. There it is.
There
Get your G.
Rubes coming in with an official race time. .gg time. 1 hour, 15 minutes, 27. That puts this race for the Nightmare Pod in the books. Luffy up 1. Rubes down 1. Let me go ahead and see if we can't grab these guys for a quick interview. I can figure this out.
Yeah, Luffy made up that 2 minutes quick in Topher.
Sorry, the race room was closed. So I gotta find these guys on Discord to shoot them a message. So just give me a moment.
Rubes said Discord is giving him issues, so he's just hopping in chat. I'm not sure, you know.
I'm here, guys. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, GG.
GG.
Luffy, so that was kind of the tale of 2 strategies. You took a black belt. Rubes took a fighter. You found that eye tile early and rode it immediately. Rubes went the fighter route and actually entered about 2 minutes ahead of you, but that 42 black belt just put the work in.
Yeah, it's always a risk taking a black belt, especially with the tri-state tiles in these flags. But I know if I can find an eye or an Agama fairly early, it'll give me a good shot. And literally the first tile I found was the eye. It was really nice.
Yeah, Rubes in chat saying once I saw those eyes or those early eyes, I knew I was in trouble. It's perfect spot too, 100% safe. You have that safe tile below it. Great for a black belt. We're able to blow all your magic, ice 3s, quad X's, and get it down. The other thing that kind of held Rubes back in this one is looking for a sword, I think. He found the Mazmoon -4, what wasn't bad. Found the Vorpal a little bit later. But I had to check a lot of stuff trying to get that knight kitted up while you spent, probably a good 15-20 minutes on that black belt.
Yeah.
But it paid off.
Yeah, that's always the risk with the black belt. Like, I knew that while I was grinding, I knew he was doing stuff because I found it so early. And I was just thinking, like, can this, I didn't think 32 was enough, so I'm like, let me just take it to 42 and not even worry about it because I hadn't seen Temper at that point. I knew Fast was level 6, so I didn't know how many charges I was going to get. So I thought, like, let me just get the 42, and then hopefully I can just catch up because I know he's going to have an early lead on me, and it worked out.
All right, so one question we were kind of hypothesizing was you were putting off Waterfall until you had Oxyale. You kind of did all your Northern Continent checks.
Mm-hmm.
You had Chime. Did you ever consider rolling the dice and doing Mirage after Ordeals or even before Ordeals?
The thought occurred to me. Yes, I have seen something roll on the first floor or in the greater than less than room a couple times over practices. I don't like going there without 2 of the items to get through the entire dungeon, just like I don't like really going to Onrak Continent without having the Oxyale. Kind of had to make a choice this time as to do which one. And I think I got lucky. I think maybe the herb turned into the cube or something. So I think I got pretty lucky there that I didn't have to double dip and go back to Mirage after not being able to get through the cube.
Yeah, that's one thing I was definitely saying was, especially because I know that Fizzle kind of mentored you, and I know that you were saying you don't go to Onrak unless you have your Oxyale, and that's why I was kind of potentially saying you're putting that off as long as you can, and that makes that Mirage gamble a little more appealing, saying, what if it's my floater that leads to Oxyale? What if it is the Oxyale?
Mm-hmm.
It's possible. It's like between a 35 and 40% chance that the item in Sky landed before the cube block. So it's not quite a coin flip that you can get there without the cube. So I was kind of curious about your thoughts about that, about going to that early Mirage gamble.
It was close. Once I saw the, I think I went to Ordeals first and saw the white shirt. I knew that was a dud. And then when I got the tail, or maybe I got the tail first from the crystal, and I don't need that with the black belt either. I knew like the majority of my last locations were going to have something I needed. And at that point, after Ordeals is when I really had that thought, okay, am I going to have to go to Mirage first, or am I going to go to Onrak and see what happens? And I think I went to Onrak, and that's what gave me the herb, which led to getting me into Mirage and Sky, which was pretty lucky.
Hey, I'm looking something up real quick. Do you have any questions?
No, well run. A lot of walking done, though. A lot of miles put on that BB.
Yep.
Gotta get him a skateboard or rollerblades or something next time.
Alright, so Luffy, you are in the Nightmare pod.
Mm-hmm.
You have Sir Linkalot in your pod. He went pretty deep in the Winter Dab tournament. How are you feeling about Sir Linkalot as your next matchup?
Nervous, of course, because Linkalot's very, very good. I've only ever beaten him once, and that was when Fizzle and I were together. So we'll see what happens there. I did have a pretty good match against him in the Randomania tournament last fall. He beat me by less than a minute, I think, and I took too many levels on my black belt in that to be able to get him. So I'm looking forward to a rematch, and hopefully I can bring my A game again.
Yeah, one thing that I was commenting on when you were doing your grind, if I can offer some constructive criticism, was you took that grind all the way to 42 immediately. My opinion is, when you find the grind that early, you don't need to go to 42, especially when it's vanilla tiles. If you have a 3-eye grind, it's an extra 2 minutes. When it's that single eye, you could have stopped at 38, and you would have just kind of by natural wastage or taking the occasional fight, the occasional boss, you would have gotten to 42 by then. But other than that, very well played, very well routed. Like not going to Waterfall without the Oxyale, almost everyone would do that. You want to kind of combine those trips, and putting off that Waterfall as long as you did, while this time it was the floater, it ended up working out, and what you had to do. So just very well run by you. Very well run by Rubes, especially like I said, he had to dig long and hard for a weapon and coming in just a handful of minutes behind a 42
Yeah.
black belt. Well run by you guys. Sir Lancelot, even though he went deep, he has some. He has someone, two more people to deal with in this nightmare pod to see where you guys land out.
Yeah, and GG's to Rubes. To be that close together with the black belt, and he's a great runner, so a lot of credit to him. I really enjoyed racing him, and I wish him all the best too.
All right. Well, unless Canuck has something else, I think that's about all I have.
No, all
You're in chat, so if you have final thoughts, you can type them out. Canuck, if you have any questions, if not, I'll hand it off to Luffy for any final thoughts.
No, my only final thoughts are GG to boat runners, well run race, and good luck heading forward. We'll see what goes on.
Yeah, thank you to you guys, Demon, for looks like you're doing the double duty tonight with the comms and the restream. Thank you to Canuck. Thank you to RPG Limit Break for having us on the channel. Thank you to Rubes for a fantastic race, and Nightmare Pod is going to be competitive, and it's good to see that first race right here be just the way we thought it would be. So GG's.
Yep, and then in addition to I'm restreaming and commenting, we got Henry Canuck here also with me. We have Chanigan kind of training Heat 13 here. I think this is Heat 13's first time tracking, so thank you guys for doing the background stuff. First time tracking Heat 13, and you were keeping me honest. You're keeping me honest about that Aegis Shield and the Opal and a bunch of stuff. So thank you guys for that. If you want to see some more Final Fantasy Randomizer, join the Discord, and boy oh boy do we have a day for you tomorrow. We have, let's see here, a 1 p.m. race, a 7 p.m. race, two 8 p.m. races, two 9 p.m. races, and a 9:30 p.m. race. We have 8 races on the books for tomorrow. Speed Gaming for 1 o'clock. 8 o'clock has a Randomania. 8 o'clock also has a Bicky broadcast on Dwight Does Lights channel. We've got a Speed Gaming, an RPG Limit Break, and another Randomania. So we have as much Final Fantasy Randomizer as you can handle right now. So go ahead, join the Discord, join us tomorrow. Friday's packed, I'm looking at it. Saturday's packed, I'm looking at it. We got a lot of spring tournament pod races week 1 coming in. So go ahead, join us on the Discord. Join us on all of our broadcast partners, Speed Gaming, Randomania, and here on RPG Limit Break. And hopefully we will see you guys later. Good night.